A young man, his heart heavy with despair, once lost all hope in his life. He felt crushed by the world, lost in a fog of confusion and pain. Searching for a glimmer of light, he sought out a wise old man who lived atop a quiet hill, hoping for answers that could mend his broken spirit. What the old man showed him next, with just a simple carrot, an egg, and a pinch of salt, would change his life forever. This isn't just a story, it's a lesson that might just change yours too. The old man greeted the youth with a gentle smile, his eyes holding a depth of understanding that seemed to see right into the young man's soul. He listened patiently as the young man poured out his troubles, his voice cracking with the weight of his burdens. When he was finished, the old man didn't offer any grand speeches or complicated advice. Instead, he led the young man into his humble kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and placed them on the stove. As the water began to bubble and boil, he did something peculiar. Into the first pot he placed a firm orange carrot. Into the second he carefully lowered a delicate white egg. And into the third he tossed a small handful of salt crystals. Then he turned to the young man and simply said, "Watch." They stood there in silence. The only sound was the rhythmic bubbling of the water. The young man was confused. What could this possibly have to do with his problems? He had come seeking profound wisdom, and all he was getting was a cooking lesson. He grew impatient, but the old man's calm presence kept him from speaking. He just stood there, watching the pots, feeling his frustration mix with a strange sense of curiosity. After what felt like an eternity, but was probably only about 15 minutes, the old man turned off the stove. He fished the carrot out of the first pot and placed it in a bowl. It was soft and limp, easily mashed with a fork. Next, he retrieved the egg from the second pot. He cracked open its shell, revealing a perfectly hard-boiled egg. Finally, he gestured to the third pot. The salt was gone, completely dissolved into the water. He then turned to the young man, his gaze kind but direct. "Look closely," he said softly. The carrot, the egg, and the salt each faced the exact same adversity, the boiling water, but each one responded differently. He picked up the mushy carrot. The carrot went in strong, hard, and unyielding. It looked tough on the outside, but after being subjected to the heat and pressure of the boiling water, it became soft and weak. Some people are like this carrot. They seem strong and resilient, but when life's trials and tribulations hit them, they wilt. They lose their strength and crumble under the pressure. He then pointed to the hard-boiled egg. The egg, on the other hand, started out fragile. Its thin outer shell protected a liquid interior. It was delicate, easily broken. But after sitting in the same boiling water, its inside became hardened. Some people are like this egg. They might start out with a gentle spirit or feel vulnerable, but when they go through hardship, loss, or challenges, they don't break. Instead, the pain and the struggle make them stronger on the inside. They develop an inner resilience, an unshakable core. Finally, he gestured towards the pot where the salt had been. And the salt, he continued, the salt was unique. It didn't just change, it dissolved. It spread itself throughout the water, changing the very nature of its surroundings. It looked solid, but under pressure it disappeared, becoming one with the force that challenged it. Some people are like salt. They seem stable, but when faced with immense pressure, they dissolve. They lose their identity, their sense of self, and are consumed by their circumstances, blending in until they are no longer recognizable. The old man looked deeply into the young man's eyes. The boiling water is the pain, the hardship, and the challenges that life throws at all of us. No one can escape it. It will always come. The question is not whether you will face it, but how you will respond when you do. So I ask you, the old man concluded, his voice resonating with wisdom. When adversity knocks on your door, which one will you be? Will you be the carrot that seems strong but wilts and becomes soft? Will you be the egg that starts delicate but becomes hardened and stronger? Or will you be the salt that dissolves and loses its form? Life will always bring trials. But remember this, you have the power to choose. You can choose whether to let challenges break you, consume you, or forge you into something stronger. True strength is not the absence of hardship. It is born from how you respond to it. The young man stood there, the simple kitchen transformed into a classroom of profound wisdom. He finally understood. The power wasn't in avoiding the boiling water, but in deciding what he would become within it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this story brought a little light to your day. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories like this. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, stay strong.